Hello, Health Seeker. It's Rich here from SpineCentral with a quick message. So yesterday I almost fell off my chair when a client told me how many of a particular painkiller he was taking. And the exact figure was 72 every 2 weeks. He knew that because he'd buy a big tub of them every 2 weeks because he'd run out. So that's the maximum dose taken every day. And the reason he was doing this was for pains, for hangovers, for tummy problems, just anything that was uncomfortable. He was popping these very common painkillers. Now, most people don't know the risks associated with this particular painkiller. So in the States, 100,000 people a year are hospitalized from taking normal doses of these things. And around about 17,000 of them die. In the UK, it's around about 12,000 people hospitalized and probably around 5,000 to 6,000 that die, the research shows. And this common painkiller is ibuprofen. It's dished out like sweets, and people tend to think like this stuff is safe, right? Far from it. And I think it's so interesting, that people call into question the safety of chiropractic these days. There's a lot of scaremongering out in the popular press. People out to get the profession put up some data about it being unsafe. Yet actually, if you look at the statistics in comparison to something like ibuprofen, chiropractic is ridiculously safe. I mean, it's so safe, it's crazy. And little things like ibuprofen and paracetamol we tend to look at as being no problem. Take those as often as you want, as long as you don't exceed the dose, then you're going to be okay. It takes something like paracetamol. There's around about 22 million prescriptions of paracetamol given out every year. And around about 200 million packets of this stuff sold every year to the public. And the recommended maximum daily dose is 4 grams of this stuff per day. Yet if 5 grams is enough to cause liver damage. And paracetamol, as well as ibuprofen, can cause gut damage. It's known to cause ulcer and stomach and duodenal ulcers. It's known to cause leaky gut problem, which can set you up for all sorts of autoimmune conditions and fatigue and a whole host of digestive complaints. They can damage the liver, the kidneys, and every single non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, which are things like ibuprofen, diclofenac, aspirin, every single one of those is known to have a risk associated with them for cardiovascular problems like stroke and heart disease. So they're far from safe, yet the general public perception is it's okay, you can use these things when you're in pain. And, I think that they have a place, they do serve a purpose, yet I think when we use them, we should recognize that not 100% risk-free. They're certainly not sweets. We shouldn't gobble them willy-nilly. So if you're going to eat those things, make sure you stick to the dosage. Don't go beyond it. Make sure you eat them with food and far away from alcohol. And just remember that these are little short-term things to help get you through the day, maybe to help you sleep. The really sensible thing is to get to the underlying cause. And this means rather than treat the symptoms downstream, swim upstream, get to the cause. And 9 times out of 10, or probably even more than that, 99 times out of 100, when it comes to joint pain, spinal pains, injuries, there's some sort of structural misalignment issue, which means you've got to get yourself checked by a chiropractor. There's no other way you're going to get a long-term solution other than to address the real cause, which is structural imbalance. Your general strength and conditioning is very important. This is where places like physio and personal training can really help you as well. You've got to be able to use your body properly if it's going to stay strong and healthy. But lifestyle factors are also very important here. The foods that you eat, the amount of stress that you experience, the amount of exercise that you don't get, all of these things can drive inflammation and they can drive the genesis of pain in your body. So it makes much more sense to tackle the lifestyle stuff, tackle the safe, natural approaches so that you can eradicate the causes and the sources of pain rather than go downstream and just try and take the quick approach with painkillers because they're not risk-free, as I've mentioned above. So hopefully that's a little bit of a mindset jog. I mean, there's so many people just taking these things thinking that they're safe. Virtually every new patient that walks through the door at SpineCentral has been taking ibuprofen and paracetamol in fairly high doses to try and manage their pain until we educate them on a better approach. So just know these things come with a risk, and there's a much better, safer, natural approach for you with chiropractic and lifestyle change. So if you want to know more, contact us, give us a call at SpineCentral, check out our website, spinecentral.co.uk. There's lots of information there for natural, healthy living. So thanks for listening.